Hi! Welcome to my Never Wonderland. I am Elsbeth and this is episode 18 of our IVF Journey series. Today is September 30, Thursday, and it's Queen Day 10. 4 more days to go. And I'm going to talk about coping with this 2-week wait that I've been calling Queen Days. As you may already know, we've had all our remaining 3 frozen embryos transferred to my uterus last September 21, and we will know on October 4, that's Monday, if our embryo babies implanted successfully. So the time or days in between from September 21 to October 4, that's what they call yung 2-week wait or TWW sa ibang mga circles ng mga nagpapa-IVF. And for me, I call it Queen Days kasi nga I am being served like a queen here in our room. I eat here and dito lang ako. Anyway, this can be nerve-wracking. It's just waiting, but it really can be nerve-wracking at times. Doctor's advice is dapat happy lang. Avoid stress, worries, anxiety. So, hindi ako nanonood ng news. Anyway, wala naman kaming dito. Signal box. Netflix lang ang meron dyan. So, chill lang. And that's what I've been trying to do. Keeping myself busy or at least preoccupied even while on bed rest. As I've mentioned in my previous videos, crocheting, watching, reading, although not much of reading ngayon kasi Netflix etc. Just to keep my mind off, my situation. But sometimes, the moment I stop and think about my whole situation, sometimes I can't help but break down into tears. Like, when the night comes, and I pray, syempre, pray tayo every night, and I pray for our embryo babies' safety and continued growth and development. Sometimes it just hits me, and it hits me like, this is it. That this is really is it. Kasi this may be our last chance at having a child. As I've said, these are our last embryos. There are no more left in the fridge, so to speak. And that's really frightening. I don't even want to think about what are we gonna do next if this fails, kung hindi kami mag-positive sa pregnancy test or sa beta HCG tests Monday. Like, how are we gonna get over it? So much loss already. Nagka-miscarriage kami noong 2016, 2 failed IUIs, and then 1 failed embryo transfer. How are we gonna move on and go on with life? Yung dati kasi sa first embryo transfer, at least there's the comforting thought na meron pa kaming 3 pang embryos na natitira. So, may next time pa. Ngayon kasi wala na. Wala na kaming next time. Unless mag-start ulit kami ng another IVF cycle. Hindi ko alam kung ma-afford pa namin yun. It's really expensive. Ubusan talaga ng savings. As in. So yes, I try my best to avoid falling into that line of thought day after day after day. And that's just one of the thoughts or the fears na nagumugulo or hindi naman gumugulo kasi nga hindi ko pinababayaang guluhin yung isip ko, pero yung pumapasok sa isip ko paminsan-minsan pag nakakalusot. And then there's also COVID-19. Do I even need to explain why? We have a neighbor who got COVID while pregnant, and she got really critical. She had an emergency C-section. It was a success daw. Nailabas naman yung baby and walang COVID yung baby, but the mother got worse. She was put in an induced coma kasi in-intubate siya. So, diba nakakatakot? I am praying to be pregnant. But at the same time, I also pray na, please, Lord, let me carry my embryos to term and grant us a safe, healthy, and COVID-19 free pregnancy and delivery. Kasi hindi mo alam kung ano yung mga magiging complications. I don't want to cry. And these are just the two biggest fears. Siyempre, there are those little fears then of, making mistakes along the way, like doing something or failing to do something that might jeopardize yung safety or survival ng mga embryos ko sa womb. And then, of course, having me to blame for that. Like, how am I gonna live with myself thinking or na baka may nagawa akong mali o may hindi ako nagawa. All these thoughts while trying to stay cheery and happy kasi nga sabi ng mga doc, dapat happy lang. So, isip ko lang, a piece of advice, well, not advice, but a request really, sa mga mahilig of course, welcome yung mga well wishes and prayers and mga take care. Pero, sometimes kasi it's not what you said, but the way you say it. Yung mga, please, don't tell us, kaming mga trying to conceive people, women, couples, don't ever tell us to take care this time. Like it was our fault yung first time hindi nabuo, or that our first pregnancies miscarried, or our first IUIs or IVFs failed. Like saying na it was because we didn't take care that time. You have no idea how much care and precaution we have been doing. Alam niyo ba na I even stress about the simplest thing, most basic human process of pooping and peeing. Kasi sabi ng doktor, dapat wag mag-NBM, wag ma-constipate. Kasi baka yung movement, yung bowel movements or yung paggalaw ng mga intestines mo ay maapektuhan or magkaroon ng unnecessary pressure sa uterus. Tapos kapag magwiwiwi kailangan, the moment na maramdaman mong nawiwiwi ka, magwiwi ka na agad. Dahil, yun, the same thing. But apparently, may nabasa din ako na it's not true. You cannot poop out or pee out your embryos. Pero syempre, who do I believe? Who do I follow? Yung mga doctors ko, yung nabasa ko na hindi lang expert din naman kasi sa mga fertility websites, fertility clinic websites ko din naman nakikita. So you see, you are not helping if with your take care this time advice. You are just adding to the stress. Yun, meron kasi mga iba na nakapagsabi na yan sa akin. And I know they mean well, pero please lang, hindi nyo alam. You have no idea kung ano yung mga binili namin, kung ano yung mga halos hindi ka na gumalaw. Nakakasama lang ng loob. I'm sorry, this is not how I planned this episode to play out. I was thinking of listing the tips and advice that I researched from fertility clinic websites about how to cope with this 2-week wait. But I guess some things or feelings just come out. And sa dami ng mga advice na nakuha mo, kasi pag embryo transfer ka, as in paulit-ulit ang sasabihin sa'yo ng embryologist bago ipasok yung embryo sa'yo. And then, of course, yung fertility doctor mo, ang dami mong doktor. Tapos pati yung sonologist na nag-advise din. Yung dating OB, alam mo yun, so, Kota na kami sa advice. Kota na kami sa mga ano, tas siyempre mayroon pang mga iba, yung mga medyo, iba ang mga makalumang panahon, mga hindi dapat gawin. Contradicting yung mga iba, pati even the doctors among themselves, medyo contradicting din yung kanilang mga advice. Kaya, masyado ng masyado ng marami. Like the one I just mentioned above, yung bed rest. Hindi naman actually talaga in-advise na complete bed rest ako. It's just my own volition and na mag-ingat na mabuti, magpaka-OA sa care. No? Kaya please lang, kota na kami sa care. No additional reminders needed. Lalo na from people who have no clue what IVF is all about. And you really can't know unless you are or you have been in the same boat. Kung nagpa-IVF kayo or unless you are a fertility doctor. Yun lang siguro muna yung request. Okay, I think I have rambled on too long. And kasi I'm trying to limit one episode to less than 15 minutes so I can fit it in IGTV. Naubos na. 11 minutes na. So I'll just split this episode in 2 parts. And I'll share the tips I found in several fertility clinics. Tapos kasama ng in conjunction with the advice I got from my own doctors in relation to my personal experience. So, to be continued muna tayo. See you in part 2 of this episode of our IVF Journey series, Coping with the 2-week wait. See you later.